Thermal mapping revealed the anomaly. Rivers of warm water flowing beneath the ice.
Initial models cited geothermal activity, a predictable planetary energy. Early expeditions encountered heat, quickly dismissed as ice friction or error. Further analysis showed a stable structure, inconsistent with chaotic friction. The flow maintained an unnatural, almost engineered stability for hundreds of kilometers. A dedicated team was deployed to study the hidden currents deep beneath the ice. Submersible probes were our eyes into the absolute darkness of the subglacial void. Ground-penetrating radar confirmed large liquid channels far below standard depths. Thermal sensors registered sudden, significant temperature increases near the target location. The rivers were found, a faint, internal light emanating from the flowing current. The sediment composition was unique, containing energy-rich minerals not found in surface ice.
Analysis suggests materials capable of efficient energy transfer, perhaps even storage.
The network of rivers followed paths that seemed to serve a structural, organized purpose.
Evidence emerged of a vast, unknown ecosystem sustained by the warm, nutrient-rich flow.
Organisms thriving in total darkness, isolated for millennia, or perhaps not entirely natural.
Electromagnetic anomalies were constant along the river, indicating a powerful, hidden energy source. The pulse was distinct, rhythmic, suggesting a controlled energy concentration, not natural decay. Pulsing thermal patterns, sudden flares followed by immediate stabilization, a form of energy usage. Areas displayed structures resembling channels, carved, smooth containment systems, clearly artificial.
The geometry defied natural formation, built for high-volume, continuous flow.
The initial theories ranged from ancient human engineering to advanced extraterrestrial technology.
Declassified reports hinted at the discovery of non-terrestrial energy sources in the region.
The investigation encountered immediate resistance, hence from military and international security forces.
Our submersible probes experienced sudden, catastrophic electronic malfunctions and signal loss. Localized ice collapses occurred, seeming to be triggered by the energy fluctuation, a defense mechanism. Satellite imagery over key river locations was abruptly and consistently censored by government entities. Whistleblowers claimed the river system was a vital cooling mechanism for an enormous, hidden complex. The entire warm water system pointed toward a single nexus point, the origin of the controlled heat. As the investigation pressed on, the natural explanation became increasingly unsustainable. The true function of Antarctica's warm rivers remains obscured by security and a profound depth of ice. The clustered thermal spots suggested heat exhaust, arranged with impossible, man-made precision. Records reveal unexplained power surges and light sources reported by early, isolated science teams. The subglacial echo was immense, solid, and completely stationary, unlike any known natural formation. Experts hypothesized a colossal, closed-loop system, efficiently recycling heat to prevent detection. The channels were lined with an unknown material, capable of withstanding extreme pressure and heat. Flow paths are shadowed by undeclared air traffic and increased military logistical operations. The mineral-rich water created a localized, continuous magnetic field, a possible energy conduit. Recovered fragments exhibited impossible metallurgy, suggesting fabrication under immense pressure. Evidence of controlled, independent motion within the current, moving against the established flow. The satellite imagery, even when censored, shows faint traces of parallel structural lines beneath the surface. Regularly spaced, uniform depressions were noted along the river walls, hinting at a transport system.
The earliest unexplained interests in the region date back to wartime-era reconnaissance missions.
Insider documents pointed to a sprawling, multi-level cylindrical facility requiring constant thermal input.
Drill teams reported inexplicable, sudden temperature increases that melted and fused specialized equipment.
Some theories speculate the river is an unstable nuclear reactor cooling system requiring tight regulation.
Luminous currents flashed rhythmically, a beacon, or perhaps a subtle communication signal. Unique, repeating glyphs were found etched into the material, bearing no resemblance to any known language.
The cyclical pulsing threatens the ice sheet's structural integrity, a constant low-level geological risk.
Military units deployed specialized microwave emitters, possibly to interfere with or mask the signals.
The mineral structure possessed a microscopic lattice, an impossible, non-natural atomic arrangement. The transition between natural rock and artificial containment was abrupt and inexplicable, a clear design choice. Initial analysis revealed a tentative, unsettling alignment between the river paths and certain stellar coordinates.
Early archival photographs detail scorch marks on recovered equipment, hinting at unknown energy weapons.
Seismic activity was constant, low-level microtremors suggesting internal, continuous operation beneath the ice. All thermal energy converged into what must be a colossal subterranean reservoir, the heart of the system.
The light emitted by the subglacial organisms was unnaturally focused, following geometric, non-organic patterns.
Top-secret memos show immediate and aggressive orders to intercept and neutralize the thermal analysis data. The probe encountered a massive, dome-like structure, incredibly smooth, partially submerged in the current.
Probes in proximity to the dome structure experienced violent electrical discharge and total systems failure.
Above the dome, faint concentric rings of surface melt suggested a powerful, localized energy emission. Warm rivers are the pulsing veins of a colossal, hidden circulatory system, far beneath the ice. Similar energy-rich minerals have only been found in extreme, deep-sea geothermal vents, thousands of miles away. The energy required to sustain this system defies conventional terrestrial power capabilities.
Theories shifted from terrestrial to non-terrestrial, a power source alien to this planet.
Intercepted data transmissions near the river exhibited an impossible data density and non-human structure. Warm rivers are pathways, critical to the continuous operation of whatever lies at the nexus point. Historical records show multiple instances of rapid, unexplained station abandonment in the thermal zone.
The most critical documents concerning the thermal anomaly remain classified and permanently sealed by international accord.
Military presence exponentially increased immediately following the detection of the rhythmic, pulsing energy signature. The velocity of the water in key sections was impossibly fast, defying the physics of the subterranean flow.
Radar tracked small, fast-moving objects entering the thermal zone and disappearing deep into the river system.
The Warm River is only the main artery of a vast, complex network of tunnels extending across the entire continent.
The tunnels exhibit smooth, parabolic engineering, optimized for pressure and flow, not glacial carving.
The recovered sediment reacts violently to a common magnetic field, demonstrating active, latent energy.
Archival intelligence suggests early, advanced drilling technology capable of reaching these deep subglacial layers. The biological growth near the thermal vents is densely concentrated, a life form dependent on the engineered heat.
The stability of the world's ice rests on this system. Any failure could be catastrophic.
The core theory suggests a massive reactor, using the warm rivers for cooling, a power source beyond our comprehension.
The area is now one of the most heavily restricted, surveilled locations on the entire planet. Unusual atmospheric conditions, a localized weather suppression directly above the main thermal nexus point.
In some sections, the water defied gravity, moving slowly uphill, suggesting an active, pumped propulsion system.
UV light revealed hidden markings on the metal fragments, glowing with a non-terrestrial energy signature.
Witness accounts mention highly protected figures in non-standard gear guarding the edges of the anomaly zone.
Rhythmic pulses could be a method of concentrated energy storage, or perhaps propulsion for a larger object.
The riverbed surface was unnaturally smooth, polished by millennia of high-velocity, hot mineral flow. Vast regions around the thermal zone were simply deemed unexplored and excised from all publicly available maps.
Ice core samples near the flow showed unusual density, almost crystalline, without the usual air pockets. The system is not decaying, it is growing, expanding its reach beneath the polar ice cap.
Some areas featured translucent, glowing containment walls, allowing a brief, unsettling glimpse into the current.
Security footage documented impossible speed and maneuvering from unknown metallic objects in the vicinity.
Glyphs translated into complex binary code, a set of operating commands for a technical system. The unknown life is not merely sustained by the rivers, but metabolizes the unique, energy-rich minerals directly.
The energy source is so profound, it could potentially power the entire planet for centuries.
The dome was a vestibule, masking an entrance to a colossal, organized complex beneath the ice.
The structure is not a cavern, but a multi-story, layered installation, built for long-term, continuous operation.
Classified protocols detail specific measures for the containment and censorship of non-ice geological phenomena. The thermal flow created an area of perfect, distortion-free refraction, a deliberate, functional effect. The fragments remain briefly energized, holding a residual charge long after removal from the current.
Through the walls, fleeting evidence of large, dark objects moving quickly, silently, within the fluid current.
The security perimeter is impenetrable, a permanent military presence enforcing the absolute blackout of information.
Rivers may serve as a defense, capable of rapid, localized heating to destabilize and crush any intrusion.
Intercepted satellite communications near the restricted zone contained a persistent, rhythmic, non-human signal.
Decades-old aerial photography shows unexplained, massive shadows near the flow path, inconsistent with terrain. Near the nexus, the thermal energy intensified, the water glowing with an unbearable, white-hot luminescence.
The electromagnetic interference was so violent, it rendered all conventional navigation systems completely useless.
Geological data suggested a massive structure that cyclically rises and lowers slightly, possibly for energy regulation.
All attempts at independent exploration are met with immediate, forceful escort from the surrounding military fleets.
The river network is theorized to connect to a global, deep ocean tunnel system, a planetary-scale infrastructure. The fragments are not passive, they are active, faintly pulsing with the energy of the subglacial current. A partial melt exposed the core structure, dense, layered metal beneath the protective, engineered ice sheath.
New data confirms the expansion, a second, smaller thermal river emerging in a previously stable ice zone.
The warm water is the input, converted into a high-density, non-thermal form of pure, contained energy.
Melted fragments from early missions
suggests the presence of highly geometric, non-terrestrial hardware. The rhythmic pulse intensified, a clear warning of imminent, extreme energy discharge, forcing a rapid retreat. The investigation was terminated by external forces. All data and remaining personnel immediately evacuated. All digital data relating to the anomaly was subjected to a targeted, high-level, remote data erasure.
The thermal rivers persist, the anomaly now masked by a complex, pulsating energy field, a final veil.
The river's warm currents sustain a hidden, watchful ecosystem, guarding the secret below the ice. The hidden rivers flow still, Antarctica's deepest, most profound mystery.